Dear friends, computers have a function called defragmentation. It helps the machine return to the original speed by creating more space. It rearranges useful files and deletes temporary or junk files. Perhaps Jesus was in a process of defragmentation with his disciples. The disciples have been with Jesus for a while, and he felt it is time that they have a little bit of defragmentation. So he gathers his guys and begins by asking them, "Who do people say I am?" And then he continues, "Who do you say that I am?" The disciples are quick to answer to the first question. But when it comes to the personalized question, there was silence. And then Peter gathers courage and says, "You are the Messiah, the Son of the living God." And all faces brighten up, and I would imagine some of the disciples tapped on Peter's shoulder and said, "You did it, man, you said it, you have the right answer, man." But today's feast, the feast of the chair of St. Peter and the passage, is not about the right answer. The answer to the question involves the continuity of his mission. It involves our hearts. It involves our daily lives, words, and actions. Jesus was trying to defragment his disciples so that they could continue his mission with right attitude. They had to rearrange useful files and delete the temporary and junk files. Perhaps it is good to ask ourselves, what are the fragmented files of our lives we need to delete or reorganize? Perhaps maybe our beliefs, convictions, emotions, worries, discouragement. Do we recognize the fragmented files in our families? Maybe ego clashes, misunderstandings, and interpersonal power games that we play. The gospel passage today invites each of us to defragment all sorts of fragmented files. Just look at Peter. He is the one of little faith singing in the water. He doesn't understand the parables. He argues with Jesus and ends up being called Satan. He falls asleep when he is supposed to be praying with Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He even denies Jesus. But through it all, he was being defragmented, shaped, formed, and molded into the rock Jesus knew him to be. With defragmentation, our lives can be renewed with Christ as the center. Our life struggles can have a new meaning. Our family relationships can flourish. We can continue his mission, proclaiming by our lives that Christ is the Messiah, the Son of the living God. May our participation in the daily Eucharist and the daily family prayers help us defragment our fragmented files every day, making us the rocks Jesus wants us to be. Amen.